in here at TD Arena against the Towson Tigers. Good evening, everyone. Everett German and Danny Johnson courtside here at the 6th. The College of Charleston, outstanding. 13-4, as we mentioned, 9 games in a row. A win streak, Danny. Charleston has been elite here as of late.
Yeah, they seem to find themselves during the year. They didn't quite know what their rotations were going to be, who's going to be the starters, but they've sorted that out and went on this great run that we're seeing right now.
Well, so we'll see some outstanding talent here on display tonight here at TD Arena. Let's start out with Towson, a guy that's the reigning CAA Rookie of the Week. Tyler Tejada averaged 13 points last week as Towson went 1-1.
Yeah, the 6'8" freshman coming off the bench, giving them 11 points a game, all different kind of ways, layups, threes, offensive rebounds, just a jack of all trades, can do a little bit of everything.
Of course, for the College of Charleston Cougars, Kobe Rogers, a young man that has really elevated his game once conference play has started.
Exactly, a guy goes from 8 points a game to 14 in conference. And again, an Energizer bunny. He can play the 1, the 2, the 3, wherever they need him, you can plug him in and he's gonna be effective.
So Charleston, as you mentioned, looking to pick up their 10th consecutive victory. Pat Scarry was an assistant here at the College of Charleston in the early 2000s. He's done a great job there at Towson in his 13th season at the helm, and of course past Pat Kelsey. 3rd season leading the Cougars. Charleston, the defending CAA champs, made it to the NCAA tournament last year. Preseason favorites to win it this year.
Yeah, the two Pats, both guys are really good at their jobs and represent their teams. I mean, Scary's personality, his team represents that toughness, heart, desire. On the other end, Kelsey, energy, efficiency. He wants things done a certain way, and his team, their teams represent their coach as well. 2
of the best bigs in the conference in the jump circle. That would have been Berzovich and Charles Thompson, 2 guys on the preseason first team All-CAA. First play, Berzovich shot up, shot blocked by Thompson. You know, Towson averaging 4 blocks a game. They're 71st in the country. So you see the starting lineup for the Tigers of May, Tejada, Tarky, Jones, and Thompson.
Yeah, Ante has to go up strong in this type of game, a team that likes to challenge at the rim, so he's got to be strong when he makes his moves around the rim area.
First possession for the Tigers, shot up, it's no good. A rebound grabbed by Berzovich. Just underway here at TD Arena. Charleston defeated Towson all 3 games last year as Burnham with the kiss off the glass. That was a tough shot, but Benny Bucket's able to get it to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he was ridden out a little bit on that one. Refs let it go, so obviously they're going to let the 2 teams play physical tonight.
Outstanding official crew tonight. Brian O'Connell, Ted Valentine, and Lee Castle was the drive the other way, ties it at 2.
Yeah, that's a good physical move right there. C.J. Fulton has to get in front of these guys. These guards are definitely going to use their body to try to get as close as they can to the rim.
And a near turnover as the ball was tipped by Tark.
And Charleston has to do a good job securing the ball tonight. They can't get lazy with their passes. Towson wants to run through passing lanes and get easies when they can, so they got to play strong and put it on the number in any passes they give to each other.
Policelli's first 3 of the night is no good, but Fulton with the offensive rebound. Cougars will reset. And big against big. 2 of the better ones in the conference as Charles Thompson wins that battle. 5 seconds to shoot. Policelli, does he recognize? He does. Air ball and a defensive stop for the Tigers.
Yeah, tough possession right there. Ante went through his stuff. Great defense. Policelli had to do a better job of recognizing the shot clock right there. Get a better shot. Even though it's dwindling down 6 seconds, you try to get something better than that.
Tell you what, that preseason all-conference first team for the Coastal Athletic Association, I'd put them up just about anybody. I mean, look at Berzovich, Tyler Thomas from Hofstra, Thompson of Towson, and you got White from UNCW and Amari Williams there at Drexel. As back the other way as the Tigers take their first lead of the night as Tejada with the easy 2.
And he's the guy, player to watch right there, doing it multiple ways. They got to keep an eye on the freshman. He can do a lot of things on the floor.
From Teaneck, New Jersey. Policelli launches another 3, and this one falls. Frankie Policelli had 16 points at game. Gives the Tigers a 2-point lead. Burnham for three. This one rims out. A gang rebound by Towson. Towson always known for being a strong rebounding team. Both of these teams do a phenomenal job on the glass. Actually, Towson second in the country at offensive rebounds, grabbing 15 a game. Charleston not too shabby themselves.
Exactly. Both these teams like to get those second chance opportunities whenever they can. The more possessions you have, the more you can score.
There's another three for Tark, and Towson has come out on fire. They have a 5-point lead early on. Bergevich drives, and he'll show Ben Burnham how to finish with one hand, as Bergevich able to complete the play for his first 2 points of the night.
And that's how you have to finish when you go in there in the paint against the Tigers. They're going to bump and bruise you. You got to go up with intention to take the hit and finish through it.
May comes off that screen on another three. Christian May locked in. That's his 35th made three of the season. 6-point lead for Towson. Fulton. Bergevich tries to answer, and he can't. Three-pointer too strong, but another opportunity for the Cougars. Over to Rain Smith. Left it short. Rebound grabbed by Thompson. And we've seen this from Charleston a lot, Danny. At least early on, teams have done a nice job of being able to stick and hang in there with Charleston, but that depth of Charleston and that bench play always crucial late in games.
Exactly. They try to wear you down with their bench.
And another three, by the way, Danny, from Towson, as the Tigers shooting 71% from three. Timeout taken by Pat Kelsey. Pat Kelsey obviously not pleased with his defense, and he'll take a timeout. Towson with the early 9-point lead. This is Charleston basketball on the Charleston Network.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat, because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health Sports Medicine.
Here we go.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man.
The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
He's right. Passion is the fuel for success. This guy's for real, in court and on the court. I'm so glad I have this guy on my team.
Let's go get what's on, right? All right, here we go, fellas. Play hard, play smart. Let's go get it. Come on, Benny.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3, family.
Time to build your winning team is right here, right now, in our city.
This is a real team right here.
I'm just being myself, cool as can be. When I'm being myself, you wish you were me.
It's so easy. Get out your own way.
Easy peasy, breezy, done. What's the point if it ain't no fun? I don't.
Here's an up-to-date look at the CAA standings. Drexel and Charleston, only two undefeateds in conference play, and they had a logjam there at 2-2. A big game, big opportunity for Towson tonight.
Yeah, you know, so hard to get in these standings in the CAA because there's so much parity amongst the teams. Anytime you can get a win on the road is big. So every time you step away from home, you gotta just give your best, dig down, and try to see if you can get that extra game up.
I think the shocker is Hofstra down at the bottom, 1-3. So one of those hockey line substitutions. Pat Kelsey not pleased with the starters. Everybody out. New 5 for Charleston. Actually, Policelli still in it as he has the basketball. It's Kobe Rogers. Shot up, it's no good, but Kobe draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
A great move right there. Veteran move. Got to the paint, got him up in the air. You know the Tigers want to block shots. Use that against him. Get him up in the air, get into your body. That's one he wants to finish right there. Short shot. Like to get the and one in that situation.
Kobe has done a nice job in CAA play, Danny, averaging 14 points a game in conference play. Kobe, his last 3 outings, 2 19-point efforts and a 14-point effort. The game, you can tell, Danny, really starting to slow down for the junior from Cincinnati as he goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, really good player, and does it differently than most kids. He's not shooting threes all over the place, but likes to get downhill and get to the rim, get some free throws and high percentage shots.
Tark gets into the paint, forces a shot up with the left hand. It's no good. And a rebound grab by Chase Parr. Parr in the paint. Jump hook, no good. Ball tapped, finally grabbed by Frankie Policelli. Crawford, a little careless with the basketball. You can tell this defense, Danny, of Towson, they're not allowing Charleston to breathe right now.
Yeah, exactly. They got them playing off of the three-point line, 2 or 3 feet off. It's why Charleston's struggling to get to their offense. They have to get downhill, get to the teeth of that defense and make plays.
5 seconds to shoot, and there is a nice kiss off the glass from Bryce Butler, also known as the Little Fundamental because of his angles. I hadn't seen angles that well since, well, Tim Duncan, the big fundamental.
Yeah, exactly. He likes to be in that 4 or 5 feet away from the rim and very effective once he gets there.
Williamson with it for the Tigers. Hart step back jumper finally falls. The Dog Tark, the 6'4" redshirt junior, transfer from Coppin State. Extends that lead to 8 for Towson. It's Butler. And Towson, again, give them credit. They've done a nice job of pushing that Charleston offense out. Crawford three-pointer is good. Boy, was that huge. Charleston, second three-pointer of the game. That's Crawford. Not necessarily known for his shooting, just his 15th made three-pointer of the season. Williamson with the scoop layup, and it's good.
And that's where Crawford's going to have to, on the defensive end, match the physicality. He hasn't played in a game like this, and you got to know, Towson, they're not going to settle just for jump shots. They're going to put it on the deck, beat you up a little bit, and try to finish through traffic.
Rogers tries to lob it to Scott. Not the best decision. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay Charleston's basketball as Policelli will get a breather. Ben Burnham will check into the lineup. You see the skip pass in the corner over there to Crawford.
And no hesitation from the young man there. Catch and shoot. He didn't think about it. He let that thing fly with a lot of confidence. And good to see it go through.
Two of the better freshmen, Scott and Tejada, on display tonight as Rogers with another acrobatic layup. This time able to get the English spin on it. The Cougars their 15th point of the night. Charleston trailing by 5. Dylan Williamson. To Tejada, speaking of the freshman. Tejada drives the baseline. He slams it home with one hand. What a drive by Tyler Tejada. As Rogers back the other way, bullies his way. Layup, no good. Ball tapped out by Scott. Goes right to Burnham. Burnham over to Crawford. Ten seconds to shoot for Charleston. Crawford will launch another three. This one hits the front iron. It's no good. Tejada with another rebound. Gamble by Crawford does not pay off. The jumper is good.
And that's the kind of defense that'll get you put on the bench really quickly, especially as a young player. You don't want to gamble and give a team like Towson those kind of easy looks.
A 9-point lead for the Tigers as Burnham thought about the three. And a foul on the floor is going to go against Christian May, 6'5" sophomore, Hindenburg, Virginia. Towson's hit their last 4 from the field. They've been red hot thus far. The Tigers with an early 9-point lead. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network. The Tigers enter tonight's contest 9-8, 2-2 in conference play. Did not get the win at Matthews Arena this past Saturday. Tied for third along with everyone else at 2-2 in conference play. Again, Christian made a lead and score. Obviously Charles Thompson and Dylan Williamson. And a bright future there with Tyler Tejada. It's almost like Timberlake, who now is at Kansas, leaves, and then they bring in Tejada to kind of take his spot.
Yeah, and a freshman at that, Timberlake was an experienced guard. Obviously, Kansas picking him up, but Tejada's a little different monster. 6'8", long, can give you a little bit more just because of his size.
I often wanted to call Nicholas as we see a three-point attempt from Rain Smith. No good, but a rebound grab by Ben Burnham. Tries to save it before going out of bounds, and he gets it back. Being in the right place at the right time, man.
Yeah, great hustle right there. Sometimes luck is better than skill, and that's an example right there.
You'd like to see Rain Smith. Seems like he's kind of fading on that three-pointer. Just go straight up and down on those jump shots.
Yeah, the Tigers are trying to run him off the line. They're very familiar with what he can do. They got an eye on him, so he just needs to set his feet, get comfortable, and take the ones he gets when he gets them.
8 seconds to shoot for Towson. Tejada working against Berzovic. Can't finish it. Rebound grab by Butler. Then he's tied, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor. Did the shot clock, however, go off, Danny, before the jump ball?
Take a look here. Hustle by Burnham right there. That's just active, staying with it. And again, when you work hard, sometimes luck finds you.
Everybody trying to throw it off of everybody. Referees got together and decided that the shot clock went off before the jump ball. So the Cougars will take over. Yeah, back to my Timberlake. I always wanted to call him Justin Timberlake. And now I don't have to worry about that because Nicholas is a Jayhawk. Towson doing a great job on Rain Smith. Turnaround jumper for Burnham in the paint, hits the back iron, falls off the iron. The rebound grab by Towson.
The quality of shots Charleston's getting is not on the same level as the Tigers. Again, it's reflected in the field goal percentages. Charleston just having to labor too hard for each possession.
And you knew that this Towson team, obviously, when these two teams get together, it's always a battle, back and forth, back and forth. They know each other so well.
Yeah, it's always a close game just because of that. You know, they're very similar in their approach. They're going to get after the glass. It's just a game that just matchups well and good for the fans.
Ted Valentine with the call as Christian made. That's a huge foul. That's going to be his second. That was an easy call as he extended that off arm.
Yeah, Rain did a good job of just sitting there waiting, baiting him, and took it right in the chest. Great play right there. Great anticipation that he was going to continue to use his strength, able to get the call.
Rain has improved his defense tremendously this season. Was just a shooter before this year, but we talked to him several times. He takes pride on his effort on the defensive end. His foot goes right down the lane, and he lays it in. Kind of parted like the Red Sea.
And that's what you have to do against the Tigers. You have to get the ball moving around the perimeter. If it sticks in one spot, that's an advantage of Towson. Charleston has to make sure they use all the players moving around, get those pieces moving, and then your straight line drives will open up later.
High off the glass, and it's good. What a difficult shot by Nadad Tart. Gets it to fall. The lead back up to 7 for the Tigers. Charleston just 2 of 8 from behind the three-point line. Meanwhile, Towson a perfect 4 for 4 as Berzovich will take his seat. James Scott will check in. Also, Chase Parr, grad transfer from George Washington, checks into the Tiger lineup. He'll give Charles Thompson a blow. Pushed near the timeline. Rain Smith will just fire a long NBA three. It's no good. The rebound tapped by Rogers, and Smith saves it in the front court. You talked about it, Danny. Charleston really having to work hard on the offensive end. Burnham off the glass, ball tapped out, goes right to the hands of Rain Smith. Maybe the third time is the charm. Fulton underneath the Scott, and he goes up for the two-hand slam. He's fouled, however, and now James Scott will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And I'm pretty sure the Tigers knew James Scott, his field goal percentages, so definitely want to put him in the line when he has an easy one like that.
So when we come back, James Scott, 2-time Rookie of the Week, will be at the free throw line to try to cut into this 7-point deficit. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat, because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health Sports Medicine.
When you've been hurt in a car wreck, you can begin to feel lost, confused, unsure of where to turn. Past due medical bills keep showing up, and you feel like you're going in circles. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, it's time to call All Nines. George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you get your money faster. We're available to take your call nights, weekends, 24/7. Just call All Nines.
Get George Sink Law Firm on the line. Call 999-9999.
Here we go.
Here I go again on my own.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man.
The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
When people talk about Mercedes, they think about quality.
One of the proudest things that I think I've seen is the development and opportunities for people.
To see how far that I can grow within the company.
Something my grandparents never seen before, electric vans, just to be a part of that, that's something I'm proud of. We are Mercedes-Benz Vans Charleston.
We are
Mercedes-Benz Vans Charleston.
I am so proud to say I worked there. I helped build that van.
Cougars red hot 13-4, tied for first in the CAA. Winners of 9 in a row, 11 out of their last 12. It's a balanced scoring attack. Charleston will hit the bus tomorrow and head up to Wilmington. Arch rival, the Seahawks. Always a tough game when those two get together. So Scott at the free throw line. Good to see him knock down that free throw, as Scott struggled from the free throw line this year. Just 9 of 17 coming into tonight's contest. You see Pat Scarry checking that final play sheet. Second one is no good. Rebound grabbed by Tejada. So a 2-possession game for Charleston as they trail. Chase Parr. One dribble, hands it off. Lowry runner in the paint, no good. Rebound grab by Towson. They try to throw it off Scott, can't do it. Policelli comes up with it. Over to Fulton. Back door, Smith over to Rogers. Rogers for 3. Bang! Colby Rogers with the 3-pointer. As we talked about it, Danny, he really has stepped up his play since conference play has started.
Absolutely. Whenever they've needed a big play, especially in conference play, it seems Colby Rogers has been the guy to make it for him.
Parr down the lane, runner no good, ball tapped from Fulton right over to Rogers. Cougars can tie or cut it to 1 with a bucket here. Scott, skip pass over to Rain. Fulton wide open 3, no good. Parr with the Tejada with the rebound. Tark's 3-pointer, no good. Rebound grabbed by Policelli, and then he had it taken right out of his hands. Parr comes up with the rebound, and then he's fouled.
And so Charleston has to corral those type of rebounds. You know the Tigers are going to try to push you up and underneath the rim right there and keep getting extra opportunities. Great play right here. Rain running the baseline, getting to Colby Rogers. Big-time shot right there in the corner.
That's just the 7th 3-pointer made by Colby. Now 7 for 20 from the 3-point line this season, as Parr gets the first one to fall. Bryce Butler and Khalil London will check in for Charleston. Also Williamson and Solomon checks back into the lineup for Pat Scarry and the Tigers.
And this is a game where Khalil London's skill set can mean a lot. He can beat people off the dribble, strong guard, so he can penetrate that Tigers defense. Sometimes it's really tough and physical. He has the body and skill set to match it.
So Parr goes 2 for 2. As Charles Thompson will check back into the Tiger lineup. So for Charleston, Rogers, London, Berzovich. Right now, Charleston seems they just need an offensive spark. Somebody to get hot. London on the wing, feeds it down to Berzovich. At the rim, he'll lay it in. Nice strong move by Ante Berzovich.
And that's what you want to see him do. He has so many moves. Sometimes he overdoes it. Sometimes just putting the ball down on the deck, going chest to chest is the best way to be efficient.
Berzovich now with 4 points here in the first half. Tigers up by 3. Tark, floater, no good. Rebound snatched by Berzovich. Once again, Charleston can tie or cut it down to 1. Berzovich going straight to the rim, bumped, shot off the glass. It's good, he's fouled, and he'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play.
And what a luxury. A big guy, 6'11", catching it on the break. 1 dribble, floater off the glass. That's a highly skilled shot, and he just made it look real easy right there with the and 1.
Have to reward the big guy for running the floor like that. Fouls on... Still waiting for the actual call. On Charles Thompson. So that'll be his first. And the Cougars have tied it at 28.
We can tell it's going to shape up to be exactly one of those Towson-Charleston matchups that we're used to.
Charleston's trailed most of this first half, but have clawed their way back into it. Tark guarded by Rogers. Charleston, of course, in a man-to-man. 5 seconds to shoot. Williamson gets into the paint, throws it up, no good. Shot clock violation. Oh, rebound grab by Policelli ahead to Butler. Butler at the rim, and he misses the layup. Ball's loose, picked up by London. London over to Policelli for three, and the lead off the iron, no good. Boy, with the roof would have blown off here. Frankie could have gotten that one to fall.
Yeah, great effort right there. Bryce Butler, I think he lost it going up, but stuck with it, just kept fighting, got an extra look at it. That's what you got to do if you're Charleston. Just keep getting after it, plugging away. That's how they clawed themselves back into the game.
Williamson over to Stark. He'll drive, and he will lay it in. Nice ball movement as Tark able to take advantage. Towson back on top, 30-28. Quickly, Cougars the other way. Policelli with the mismatch. Scored over to Butler, and then Butler, they're going to call a walk on Bryce Butler. They're going to say he did not put it on the floor before moving.
With Policelli right there, you have Dylan Williamson on you. I think you want to keep the ball and just back him down on the block. You have about a 5-inch advantage right there. You want to see him be more aggressive when he's that close to the rim in that type of matchup.
Is that a situation where you'd like to kind of see everybody go to the other side of the floor?
Exactly, just clear out. When you see that the matchup is that, that great, 5 inches, you just get out of the way and say, big guy, back him down and get some free throws or easy one.
2-point lead for Towson. Thompson looking to go one-on-one against Berzovic. The left to Hot open for three, and that one's badly missed off to the left. Ball goes out of bounds off of Towson. It'll be Charleston basketball when we come back. So we're our final stoppage of play, media timeout here in the first half. Charleston has done a nice job of getting back into this game, only trailing by 2. 3:45 left, first half. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network. Towson with the 2-point lead. Look at the scores around the conference right now. Danny Hampton pulling off the upset. They lead 32-18 against Hofstra. A&T with an early 20-17 lead over Northeastern. Elon trailing UNCW. We always talk about the CAA tournament there in March. Let's take a look at the Charleston bench. That's going to be a key component in March for any team that wins it. They're going to have to get contributions from their bench.
Well, that's exactly how Charleston sets up their team. They don't beat you with the starters. They beat you with their bench. I mean, they're willing to go 10, 11 deep in over a 40-minute game. They just want to wear you down. So that last 5 minutes, everybody else holding their shorts. Charleston's fresh.
Burnham goes straight to the paint. Turnaround jumper, good. Such composure from Ben Burnham. It's Burnham now with 6 points on the night. He ties it at 30. Williamson directing traffic. Thompson steps out. You don't see him above the three-point line that often. Definitely does not shoot it from out there. That's the hottest three-pointer from the corner is an air ball, and Burnham grabs the rebound. Charleston looking to take the lead. London, pass stolen. Good idea, but just bad execution. Tried to get it to a cutting Berzovic and left it short. Three-pointer the other way, no good. Rebound grabbed by Berzovic. Burnham walks into a three-pointer. Bang! Benny Burnham with the three to put Charleston on top. 33-32, 25 left to play first half.
Big time shot right there by Burnham on the break. Just pulled up, caught it in transition. Something he doesn't shoot all the time, but when he's feeling good, he'll let that one go.
Burnham now with 9 points, leading the charge for Charleston. Also has got 7 rebounds for Pat Kelsey. Williamson, nice move. Got in the heart of that defense and able to finish at the rim. Berzovic tried to get it to Fulton. Bad pass, turnover. 4th turnover of the half for Charleston. Thompson working against Berzovic. Jump hook over the left shoulder, too strong. Another rebound grab by Burnham, his 8th. This is where Danny wants him. Everybody clear out, let Butler go one-on-one. Burnham with the drive. Shot off the glass, or off the back iron, I should say, is no good. Rebound, and Pat Scary's going to take a timeout. We've seen Ben make that shot, but a tough shot in that situation.
Yeah, you really want him going toward the rim. Anything fading away from him, it's not what you want. He's capable, but he's much better when he's getting physical, meeting him, and getting around the rim. That's when he's at his best.
Coming up at the half, Danny and I will recap the first half. Take a look at first half stats. Also, I'll be joined by Michael Barr. He's the sports medicine manager at MUSC. Obviously, MUSC proud supporters of Charleston basketball. Official hospital of the Cougars. We'll find out about little sports medicine and taking care of our Cougars. Annie, honestly, we've been very fortunate this year. Not too many injuries for this Charleston team outside of, obviously, Kobe when he had the concussion there earlier on in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I'm glad we're having that on at halftime. People don't realize how important that sports medicine side of athletics is. I mean, there's a lot of pressure put on those guys to keep players healthy and keep them on the floor, so they have a big part to do the successes of all the teams that they're working.
1 point lead for the Cougars. 70 seconds to play as Williamson launches a three and he puts the Tigers back on top. Back the other way, Rain Smith. Rogers on the right wing. And a near steal, but Fulton able to corral it. Scott in the paint, kicks it over to Rain for a wide open three. Bang! Great pass from the freshman, James Scott. And Rain Smith able to make them pay for it. Cougars back up by 1. 6-second differential between shot clock and game clock.
That time his feet were set and was able to let it go cleanly, just what you said, on balance. And when he's that, he usually knocks it down.
Pass in the corner to Hada, Rhonda Williamson. Three-pointer is good. 38-36, 2-point lead for Towson. Shot clock off. Rogers explodes to the basket, shot up, and he lays it in. Contact, no call, 5 seconds, back the other way. Williamson in the front court, running three, no good. 20 minutes in the book, and we're tied at 38. Pat Scary not pleased with Tejada. I'm thinking Tejada must have left Kobe Rogers or maybe Rain Smith open, and Pat Scary definitely letting Tejada know about it. What an exciting first half as Charleston and Towson will go to the locker room all nodded at 38. Halftime show coming up next. This is College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network. How you doing? Come on, sit down. All tied at 38. Towson and Charleston would expect no different whenever the Tigers and the Cougars get together. You know it's going to be a fist fight. And if it were a fist fight and someone were to get hurt, we probably would send them to, well, MUSCs. I'm now joined by Dr. Michael Barr. He's the team physician, the head guy there at MUSC. And first of all, in terms of sports medicine, first of all, Doc, appreciate you joining us here at the half.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, now let's talk a little bit about team doctors, especially in sports. We see all the time, doctor, whether it be ACLs or ankles or anything of that nature. What led you to want to be a sports physician?
Well, I've always grew up playing sports. Can't say I was good at any of them, but I like playing them. And, You know, I just like being around athletes. You know, orthopedic surgery is fun. We get to use our hands, and we get that sort of instant gratification of helping someone who's broken get back to being good and back to their job or back on the court or back on the field or doing whatever they want to do.
You know, MUSC, a proud sponsor of Charleston Athletics. Obviously, we love what you guys do for all of our student athletes, and I was talking with you a little bit before we came on the air. It's just that we've really been pretty fortunate this year in terms of men's basketball. Not too many injuries. Talk about how that process works if a Charleston student athlete were to somehow get an injury, what that looks like and how MUSC kind of puts them back together.
Sure. You know, every injury is a little bit different, right? We've got a lot of sort of bumps and bruises all the way to, you know, major things that need surgery. This year we have been pretty healthy. We've had a few little things that we've had to work through, but for the most part, you know, we are very lucky. It's been a good season so far. I think what we really do well is we have a comprehensive sports medicine team. We're able to get these athletes in early, we get their imaging, we get them evaluated, and do everything we can to get them back, you know, tuned up to get back on the court.
You know, we've seen the evolution of just medicine. You hear of guys tearing ACLs and coming back in 6 months. Talk about just the improvements in medicine, especially when it comes to sports, because I mean, as things go on, the research now has got to be second to none.
Yeah, so, you know, there's no question that the amount of research around sports medicine has increased tremendously. The technology, the biologics that we're able to offer patients to help get them better faster, you know, surgical techniques, rehab has really changed tremendously in the last decade. You know, accelerated rehab protocols, and all of that has just led to better care of athletes.
So there you have it. Obviously, Dr. Barr, one of the leaders in sports physician. Obviously, MUSC does just a phenomenal job with all of our athletes. And we'll take a break, and Dr. Barr is going to hang around. We'll talk a little bit more with him on the other side of this break. Right now, Charleston and Towson tied at 38. We'll step away. We'll be right back. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network.
Hendrick. Getting cash for your car is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Hendrick Buys Cars. Step 1, visit HendrickBuysCars.com. Enter your license plate number or VIN. Step 2, answer some simple questions and receive a cash offer in seconds. Step 3, claim your offer and you're good to go. It's the easy way to sell your car fast. We'll even come and pick it up. Get cash for your car now and you don't have to buy one of ours. Learn more at HendrickBuysCars.com.
He's right. Passion is the fuel for success. This guy's for real, in court and on the court. I'm so glad I have this guy on my team.
Let's go get what's on, right? All right, here we go, fellas. Play hard, play smart. Let's go get it. Come on, Benny.
Family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.
Time to build your winning team is right here, right now, in our city.
This is a real team right here.
The College of Charleston is the place where big ideas come to life, where you can start a business, study abroad, or change the world. A College of Charleston education will transform you. You'll become flexible and adaptable in the face of change. You'll chart your own course and make contributions in ways that matter in a community that values diverse thought with opportunities like no other. In a city like no other, the College of Charleston is like no other.
Our team is ready to welcome your team to Cambria Hotel Mount Pleasant. This property is only minutes from your local sports fields and historic Charleston. We provide oversized guest rooms with hardwood floors and upscale amenities. Enjoy a 24/7 marketplace, fitness center, laundry, and outdoor pool. Host team meetings in our boardroom or gather at our restaurant 17 North. Call 843-849-9677 to book today. Little luxuries, big difference. Cambria Hotel Mount Pleasant.
Bust. When I first joined the board at Papa John's, I brought some big ideas.
We're gonna need more pepperoni.
But my biggest idea, the Shakaroni pizza.
Make it bigger, make it bigger. More is better.
It's extra large with extra cheese and covered in more than 60 pepperonis.
When I say handful of pepperoni, I mean my handful.
What makes Shakaroni huge is that Papa John's donates $1 from every pizza to the Papa John's Foundation.
1, 2, 3, Shakaroni!
Pizza gets bigger when you Shakaroni. Only at Papa John's.
Charleston and Towson tied at 38. We're joined by Dr. Sloan. You know, one of the, I guess, things you probably should do to be elite, whether it's a doctor or an announcer, is make sure that when you're doing your prep that you write down the right name. So, Dr. Sloan, I apologize.
No
that whole
problem.
segment, it's only you, Dr. Barr, and actually you should have been Dr. Sloan. But we know everything you said was accurate. So, speaking of that, I know obviously you guys do a great job of taking care of our Charleston athletes, but just not CFC student athletes. You guys are like premier in the entire Low Country.
Yeah, so we're fortunate enough to take care of a lot of teams. I love taking care of the College of Charleston. We take care of the Citadel. We take care of the Charleston Battery, the River Dogs. We take care of the Stingrays. So, and then we take care of a lot of high schools too. Over 20 high schools. We take care of a lot of club teams in town. And, just a lot of regular people who are athletic and active. And that really probably makes up the majority of our patient population at MUSC.
And I was going to ask you about that, MUSC being as elite as you guys are, and the fact that you help so many local teams. You don't have to be a student athlete. If you're, like you said, a high school student or just a regular person that has a sports injury, they absolutely can go to MUSC and get assistance.
Of course, yeah. Anyone can come see us. You do not have to be an athlete. You don't even have to be that active. A lot of our patients are, but we deal with sort of musculoskeletal injuries of all varieties at MUSC Orthopedics. And again, we have that comprehensive team. So we deal with concussions. We deal with our athletes who get facial injuries or skin problems. We really do have, from sort of soup to nuts, we can take care of it all.
And talking about concussions, obviously you see it a whole lot more in NFL, combat situations. But obviously we knew about Kobe's earlier on. What I hear all the time about when they go, especially in football, they go into that tent, they do tests. Like, what does that look like? What determines if a guy or a female can go back into a game if they are a student athlete?
Yeah, so concussions are really tricky injuries. The gist of it is, if there are any symptoms at all, you really got to hold an athlete out, because the risk of a secondary injury after a concussion can be really devastating. And so when people sort of go into that tent that you might see on TV, they're just assessing what symptoms they have, how bad are they. They're kind of going through with the athlete to make sure they know where they are. They run some neurologic tests to make sure there's no deficits, and then they make an educated assessment as to whether or not that athlete can go back and play.
Well, I tell you what, obviously you guys have done a great job with our student athletes, and I'm sure whether it be the Battery or the Citadel, basically anybody in this market, we appreciate all that MUSC does. Obviously, we appreciate you guys being a sponsor and part of, just Charleston Athletics, because we could not do it without you guys. And so I guess, I know you're a big sports fan. You've seen this Charleston basketball team. What are your thoughts about the first half? A pretty interesting first half between Towson and Charleston.
Yeah, a little bit up and down. They're showing a lot of grit. There's a lot of good defense being played. I love the way that we're rebounding the ball. They definitely had a good field goal percentage. I think they were getting a lot of close baskets. I'd like to see us, keep them away from the hoop a little bit more in the second half. And, hopefully our guys will start hitting some shots, knocking down some more threes.
Well, hopefully we won't have to summon you down to the floor because one of our players get injured. And I know as a doctor, you probably just kind of sit there. I'm assuming you watch the game a little differently. Make sure no one tweaks this or tweaks that.
Yeah, I do. And, I'm always sort of in eye contact with Katie, the athletic trainer on the sidelines. And so, we kind of have a good, nonverbal communication going on, and we're kind of watching each other's eyes the whole time. But I do enjoy it as a fan, and I do enjoy it, as a small part of the team too.
Well, Dr. Sloan, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Best of luck, and like I said, we'll see you around.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Harris Sloan, Dr. Harris Sloan, joining us here at the half. Charleston and Towson tied at 38. We'll take our final break. When we come back, second half action here from the 6. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network.
When you've been hurt in a car wreck, you can begin to feel lost, confused, unsure of where to turn. Past due medical bills keep showing up, and you feel like you're going in circles. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, it's time to call All Nines. George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you get your money faster. We're available to take your call nights, weekends, 24/7. Just call All Nines.
Get George Sink Law Firm on the line. Call 999-9999.
You can have live college sports in your hand this year with the brand new Varsity Network app. Hear live, play-by-play, and keep up with your favorite teams and audio broadcasts no matter where you are with this free new app. Be sure to download the Varsity Network app today. This March, you can listen to exclusive Westwood One coverage of the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments for free on the Varsity app. Powered by Learfield. Listen to every game at a truly unique listening experience. It's all free. Search NCAA Championships.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Darr. I played women's volleyball at College Charleston from 1997 to 2001. I am a physiatrist working at South Carolina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center in North Charleston. It's because of donors like you that I was able to attend the College of Charleston and continue my career in medical school and become a successful physician. Thank you to all the past donors, and for the future donors, your generous donation will impact future student athletes like myself for years to come. Thank you.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat, because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health Sports Medicine.
I'm just being myself, cool as can be. When I'm being myself, you wish you were me. It's so easy. Get out your own way. Easy peasy, breezy. What's the point if it ain't no fun? I don't.
Tied at 38, the Tigers and the Cougars. Take a quick look at the first half stats. See both teams shot the ball well. 3-point line about even. Not many free throws, Danny. Referees allowing these guys to play, which kind of like bench points. I mean, this game is literally tied really across the board.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, the only reason why Charleston has really got it here is because only 4 offensive rebounds for Towson. You know, averaging 15. They did a good job of not giving them second chance opportunities. So while they haven't matched them in field goal percentage, they're able to make up the gap by keeping them away from those second chance opportunities.
All right, let's take a quick look around the CAA. Hampton all over Hofstra by 15 at the half. A good one there as Northeastern and A&T tied at 26. Stony Brook all over Delaware, 35-25. A lot of road teams having success, as you see Campbell on William and Mary, Monmouth over Drexel, and then you got UNCW and Elon. So in every situation, how about that, Danny? The road team is either ahead or tied.
That's the CAA for you, though, right? It's just very unpredictable. Doesn't matter home, away. Everybody can beat everybody, and that's one of the unique things about the CAA. From bottom to top, no game is safe, and you can't take a day off.
So Towson will begin the second half with the basketball. It's May will do the honor. Second half underway. Charleston, both teams all man-to-man defensively thus far. Quiet first half for Thompson. He didn't score, grabbed 2 rebounds, and right on point. His first 2 points of the evening puts Towson back on top. Charleston trying to pick up their 10th consecutive victory of the season. Charleston 13-4. One-on-one, big against big. Berzovic spins, shot out with the left hand, and that's one, Danny, you want to finish that with your right hand.
Exactly, and get closer to the rim. I mean, he could have just actually just laid it in, but chose to go back to his left, put him a little farther and left it short.
You have to wonder if Charles Thompson's shot blocking ability may have played into that, as that shot's no good. Rebound grabbed by Berzovic. Berzovic now with 4 rebounds on the evening. Well, Danny, if you necessarily want to be going under on a screen with Rain Smith, as Berzovic 3 is no good, probably want to fight out over that, don't you?
Exactly. You don't want to go underneath on the guy that has a hair trigger, but for some reason the Tigers elected to do so.
And the left-hand layup is good. There's Messiah Jones, the 6'6 senior, the transfer from Wofford. Gives the Terriers a 4-point lead. Just underway in the second half. Charleston getting off to a slow start, just as they did in the first half.
Exactly. It's almost mirroring the beginnings of both sides.
And that time he does finish with the right hand, and the reverse layup by Berzovic off the spin. Cuts the Towson lead down to 2.
And that's how you want to finish right there. The first time, that's $1 million move, 2-cent finish, like my dad used to say. But right there, able to put it through.
Wait, what'd your dad say?
$1 million move, 2-cent finish.
Okay. That's a left-hand finish from Messiah Jones. Back the other way, Policelli lets it fly. Three-pointer no good. Rebound grabbed. Policelli trying to get the tie-up. Tark drives straight to the rim. Layup no good. Charleston catches a break there.
Yeah, exactly. Probably could have went on and laid it up, looked for the foul. And you're right, Charleston caught a break.
Burnham for 3 out the corner. Bang! Ben Burnham with the 3 from the left corner. He's got 12 points now as he becomes the first Cougar in double figures. Charleston trailing by 1 with 17:10 left to play.
Burnham being Mr. Reliable. He's been the most consistent player on the Charleston roster all season.
May tries to answer. He can't. Rebound grab by Rain Smith. Policelli had it knocked away. Look out. Oh, that's an intentional foul. As they grab Burnham from behind. Ted Valentine getting together with the rest of the crew. And they're going to call a review.
I'm not sure what they need to look at on that one.
It's like a two-hand tackle from behind. It's Ted Valentine addressing the bench, as you see here. Or Danny, did he make a play for the basketball?
I mean, I think when you reach around and grab a man by around himself, like just bear hug him, I don't think you're making a play on the basketball at that point. I realize it's a very arbitrary call. We see some that are borderline, but that one is pretty apparent to me, pretty clear.
So Brian O'Connell and Lee Cassell over at the scores table. And more importantly, Danny, if they don't call that an intentional foul, it wasn't a shooting foul because Ben couldn't get his hands up.
Exactly. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they come out with here. I'm guessing a review to make sure. I mean,
they'll come over, Danny.
Right.
There's Brian O'Connell heading towards us to give us the call. Okay. So there you have it. It's a flagrant 1. It'll be 2 shots and the basketball for Charleston. So just as we predicted, or called, I guess, initially. So Ben Burnham will head to the free throw line.
I guess they like to review those because of the impact, you know, the foul that it puts on the guy, the fact that he has a flagrant in his back pocket. I suppose they want to review to just be certain about it. At that time, I thought it was pretty clear cut. I mean, the guy didn't even try to make a play on the ball. He just grabbed him when he realized he was going to get a wide open dunk.
Ben's a 69% free throw shooter on the season. Came into tonight's contest 36 for 52. Burnham has not attempted any free throws tonight, so this will be 1 and 2 coming up for the junior as he misses the first. The psychology major from Fort Mill, South Carolina, played at Carmel Christian School. Second attempt is good. Charleston will maintain possession as we're all knotted at 44. Scott and Parr battling for position. Scott trying to prove, hey, I can play with the big boys as well.
And yeah, you like to see that from the freshman. No back down in him.
Rogers saves it from going in the backcourt. Ten seconds to shoot for Charleston. Burnham had the ball knocked out of his hand, so it'll stay Charleston's basketball with 4 seconds left. I will, Danny, you and I talk about it a lot. This is where Charleston really excels.
That actually worked out for them. While Ben turned it over, this is actually better for them because they have set plays exactly for these situations.
Just Rain coming through the corner. Rain just slipped and fell. Scott, ball goes off of Scott. No, it goes off of Towson. So Smith was trying to clear and slip and lost his footing. So 3 seconds to shoot for Charleston. Burnham. Solomon being talked to. Van Burnham, 2 seconds. One, turnaround at the buzzer. No good off the iron. Rebound grabbed by May. Tough shot for Van, but one you had to take with the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, I thought they might get a better one than that, but I think when it got down to 3 seconds, they got limited in their play calling.
Tart. He's got 11 points tonight. Ball stolen by Rogers. Rogers fouled as he goes, and they're going to call that a 2-shot foul as Kobe on the breakaway. Kobe so quick with the basketball.
Exactly, and just quick hands right there defensively just to pick it up and get there to the rim. You'd like to see him peek back and see Ben trailing, but that's really not his thing, and that's the right call right there. Sometimes people see a hard foul and just automatically want some type of flagrant. Other times it's just good basketball and a good, clean, hard foul.
It's Kobe's 16th steal of the season, and they are going to go to the monitor to review.
Right after I said it was a good, clean, hard foul, they decided to take another look at it.
But you're right, Danny. That's one that, for the most part, you never want to throw the ball behind you. But in that situation, if you lay that one off for Van Burnham,
it's an automatic no.
He's trailing.
Right.
You already know
right.
what Mr. Burnham's going to do, or as we say, it's been cleared for takeoff.
Exactly. And Kobe's not a true point guard in that sense, so you don't expect him to make that type of play. That's what he does.
All right, so they're going to send this to media since we're so close to our first media timeout. So we'll take a break. 16:08 left to play. Charleston and Towson all tied at 44. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network. Taking a look at this again. Kobe on the breakout. The officials did review it and just determined just a common foul, so no upgrade. And so as a result, Kobe Rogers will now go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and I thought that was the correct call. I'm purist of the game, and there's such thing as just a good hard foul. He didn't try to hurt him. He didn't try to undercut him. He kept him on the ground. Sometimes you just want to prevent a man from getting a layup, and that's just what we saw.
Kobe, a solid free throw shooter on the season, came in to tonight's contest 33 for 41. Kobe now with 8 points as he gets the first to fall. Charleston tonight, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Towson has only been to the free throw line twice, and they're 2 for 2. Charleston with a 2-point lead. 16 minutes to go. Parr at the left elbow. Charleston still in the man-to-man, trying to get it over to May. Back to Williamson with 10 to shoot. Five seconds. Drive. Finish with the right hand. Falls for Solomon.
Great finish right there.
Tied at 46. And a turnover is the steal. They got numbers 3-on-1. Williamson back to Parr, and he slams it home with 2 hands. That's how you run the fast break.
Exactly. See, he noticed the trailer that time and was able to drop it off for the easy dunk.
Another turnover. Nope, Scott able to save the possession. Right now, the activity for Towson is picked up on the defensive side, and a foul will go against Solomon as he bumped Butler on his drive to the basket.
Yeah, and the refs, you said it, from the start of the game, they're allowing them to play. The little these bumps and bruises, Charleston has to play with physicality, even through the passing. Again, put it on the numbers. If you try to loop the ball, they're going to run through lanes and hit you. So anything loose, that airs to the Tigers. Charleston just has to play more physical.
Butler. Somehow he muscles that one in. What a tough shot by Bryce Butler. More impressive, he didn't walk in that, actually kept that pivot foot still.
Yeah, but that's where he's good at. He's very comfortable at that range and highly efficient.
And one opportunity coming up for Towson as a great job of using that fake to get the defender up in the air, Danny. Talk about playing with composure. That's exactly what happened there. Solomon. Butler fell for the fake.
And I'll take a glance over the Charleston staff, and they're not happy about the last 3 defensive possessions. Again, straight line drives for the Tigers are something Charleston defense does not want to give up.
Solomon now with 5 points on the evening. Towson with the 3-point lead. Perzovic. And another turnover. Active hands by Towson. May at the rim. Blocked by Crawford. But they're going to call the blocking foul on Rogers before that. Boy, was that a block by Crawford. I think he blocked that into the student section. But again, the defensive Towson forcing turnovers against Charleston.
Yeah, good hands right there. Charleston's trying to turn their back. The defenders are causing them to change directions. Whenever they turn their back, they're running bodies at them and get hands on the ball. When you're an offensive player, the last thing you want to do is turn your back to the defense because you just don't know when they're coming.
Towson wanting a goaltending, wasn't even close to a goaltending. That was a clean block by Jordan Crawford. Free throw is no good by May. Frankie Policelli into the lineup. That foul was against Kobe Rogers. That was just his first. Towson, all of a sudden, they've hit their last 3 field goal attempts. The second is good. And something about playing here at TD Arena, Towson just seems to always play well in this building, despite Charleston winning all 3 games last year. Charleston has a 16-9 advantage in terms of this series. Crawford drive. Ball goes out of bounds off of Towson, and so it'll stay Charleston basketball.
And the crowd really wants the refs to blow a call right there, but they have it. They've been consistent, and that's not going to call a lot of the stuff when they think it's just borderline. They're going to allow them to play tonight.
And they're going to call the foul on Chase Parr.
It's seems like right after I make a statement about it, it always goes the other way. They were allowed a little physicality. That's an interesting call because we've seen that type of action all night long down there in the block.
Well, that'll be Pars first. He'll check out. Charles Thompson back in for Pat Scary. Dump it down again to Berzovich. Spin, jump hook with the left hand, and it's good. Lefty against lefty. That time Berzovich got the best of Charles Thompson. Berzovich now with 11 points. One of the 3 Cougars in double figures. The lead down to 2 for Towson.
6 is trying to come alive. They're trying to get behind the Cougars.
An offensive foul as Kobe Rogers, he gets the call this time as he steps in to take the charge against Nadai Tark.
And great feet by Kobe right there. Just guessed correctly. We see him do it all the time. He's such a quick, agile young man. Sometimes he's able to get himself planted and in position. That time was able to take it square in the chest, pick up the offensive foul.
So Charleston with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. So they're going to work through Berzovich. Yep, good call. That time he definitely shuffled. Pat Kelsey seems to think he juggled the ball first. Ted Valentine trying to explain to him.
Yeah, Kelsey has an argument there. He's trying to say the defender knocked the ball out of his hand, therefore he could change his pivot feet, which is correct. But I think the referee had initially honed in on the pivot foot. When he shuffled it, called the travel.
Charleston with just 6 turnovers on the night. Towson with just 4. Pretty solid basketball game being played here tonight. And then a steal as C.J. Fulton comes up with the steal. Once again, Charleston with the chance to tie or take the lead. The cross-court pass knocked out of bounds. I gotta tell you, Danny, not really a big fan of the old one-hand cross-court pass in those situations.
I think Coach Kelsey had a few words with Policelli on that one. Like, let's make the easy one. I can read his lips. Make the easy pass, not the one-hand sling across the face of an active Tiger defense.
C.J. Fulton, the team leader in steals, as he's got 28 on the season. Policelli with the drive, finish in the paint. Good. Tied at 52 as Frankie Policelli gets it to fall. He's got 5 on the night. And here comes the crowd at the 6. Tark's 3-pointer rims out, no good. Berzovich with the rebound. Cougars looking to take the lead. Policelli for the lead. That one's off to the right. Rebound by Berzovich. Can't get it to fall. Rebound grabbed by Towson. And you can see Charleston trying to get that big shot to really get the crowd into it. Give credit to Towson. They've been able to hold bay thus far. Thompson, yep, good call by Ted Valentine. He definitely walked. Kind of shuffled that his feet. So substitutions for Charleston. Let's see, is Scott, Fulton, Rain Smith, Khalil London, and Frankie Policelli on the floor for Charleston. For Towson, Tark, Thompson, Tejada, May, and Solomon. Charleston. Fulton thought about the 3, but instead he'll throw the cross-court pass over to Frankie Policelli. Frankie on the right baseline. Turnaround jumper, good. Frankie Policelli, the grad transfer, puts Charleston on top by 2, 54-52. 11:35 left to play, clock moving.
And that's why you like the isolation plays on the block.
May at the rim, and he misses a 2-hand slam, and they're gonna call a foul. Nice job by Christian May, going backdoor, beat Rain Smith. Unfortunately for Rain, not able to complete the 2-hand slam. Cougars, however, on top. Charleston on a 6-0 run. Charleston leads 54-52. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network.
Here we go.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man. The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete. You're obsessed. You're in love. You're in pain. Spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity. Because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health Sports Medicine.
When you've been hurt in a car wreck, you can begin to feel lost, confused, unsure of where to turn. Past due medical bills keep showing up, and you feel like you're going in circles. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, it's time to call All Nines. George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you get your money faster. We're available to take your call nights, weekends, 24/7. Just call All Nines.
Get George Sink Law Firm on the line. Call 999-9999.
You can have live college sports in your hand this year with the brand new Varsity Network app. Hear live, play-by-play, and keep up with your favorite teams and audio broadcasts no matter where you are with this free new app. Be sure to download the Varsity Network app today. This March, you can listen to exclusive Westwood One coverage of the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments for free on the Varsity app. Powered by Learfield. Listen to every game at a truly unique listening experience. It's all free. Search NCAA Championships.
The Killer Bees, led by Ben Burnham, the junior. Tonight, a solid performance so far. 13 points, 8 rebounds for Burnham. Danny, he's done it all from behind the arc, I should say, in the paint. Defensively, been all over the place. A leader for Charleston tonight.
Mr. Reliable, you know, a guy that we didn't know if he was going to be a starter. His role has changed a lot over the years, but this season in particular has came out from game one and been the consistent starter, producer that Charleston needed to be. And again, like I said, just Mr. Reliable. You can depend on him every night.
We've kind of gotten that name, the Killer Bees of Berzovich, Butler, and Burnham.
Love it.
All the Killer Bees right
Killer
now.
Bees.
Taking a little break on the bench. Was Christian May able to knock down the first. May, a 52% free throw shooter, just 22 of 42, which is surprising. May, a decent shooter. He's hit 33 threes on the year. Maybe he should step back and shoot the free throws from behind the three-point line as he sinks both free throws to tie it at 54. Bolton double teamed. London, so explosive. Catch, fire, three off the iron, no good. Rebound by Parr, but they're going to keep it here. They're going to say Parr pushed James Scott in the back.
And you like the activity of Scott. That's what he does. He uses his length to get on the offensive rebound, get tap outs. A little frail because he's a freshman working against a bigger Parr, but that time was able to get inside position and get Charleston another possession.
It's his second, team 6. So tried to catch Tejada sleeping. London working one-on-one, gets into the paint. Tough shot with the left hand, fouled, no call. Rebound grabbed by Towson. London looking for the call. Back the other way, a drive high off the glass, no good, but the offensive rebound and the tip-in is good by Chase Parr. Towson back on top. 2-point lead for the Tigers, 10:40 left. Back and forth affair all night tonight between Charleston and Towson. It's Fulton directing the traffic. They tried to feed it to Policelli. Ball knocked out of bounds. So 2 of the 3 Killer Bees will check in, that being Burnham and Butler.
You can bet your bottom dollar another B that Berzovich is about to be in soon as well. Just get a little breather for the big fella because you have to close this thing down.
Burnham at the rim, missed the layup. Ball tapped, can't come up with the rebound as the Tigers come down with it. May for 3, good. And we talked about that. He's a solid shooter, which was just shocking for him, his struggles from the free throw line, as he gives the Tigers a 5-point lead with 10 minutes left. Butler spins, step through, shot with the right hand, rims off, but there's James Scott with the offensive rebound and the putback. The lead down to 3 for Towson is James Scott in the right place at the right time.
And that's what the young man brings. Again, he's going to use his energy. Not much about a one-on-one player at this point in his game, but able to be active on the glass.
Scott shooting 82% from the floor as May misses the initial check. That's Tejada. Tejada misses the initial shot, gets his own offensive rebound and lays it in with ease. 5-point lead and a turnover by Charleston.
The poor execution right there. You had Bryce Butler in the corner wide open, had sat there by himself for a clear 5 seconds before he recognized him, ended up turning it over. So the guards for Charleston has to keep their head up and make the easy plays when they're available.
Plenty of time left, 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Tigers with the 5-point lead. It's Williamson in the front court. Backdoor, May at the rim, lost the ball going up, and fortunately for Towson, as Kobe knocked it out of bounds. Looked like the ball just slipped out of his hands, and Kobe knocked it out of bounds.
It did. He turned to Thompson and just said, my fault. You know, he blew a layup right there. Again, Charleston catching some breaks here. Got to capitalize.
Towson doing a nice job of maybe Charleston overplaying and going backdoor, similar to what we saw Charleston do against Elon last Thursday. Williamson in the corner to Hodge, a three-pointer, no good, shot it over the rim. Rain's three-point attempt is no good. Rogers snags the rebound. And a foul. That's a huge foul because that's going to be the 7th team foul called against Towson. Charleston's been whistled for 3 fouls thus far, so the Cougars will be shooting free throws for the last 8:36.
Yeah, Thompson, the guilty party there. You know, we've got to see him play over the years. He just reminds you of a park player everywhere USA, right? Just a guy with grit, grind. You're not going to necessarily jump off the stat sheet, but does the little things to help your team win.
So Rogers will step to the free throw line. Rogers with 10 points tonight, 2 rebounds. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Rogers averaging 14 points in CAA play. Transfer from D2 as a second free throw is good. Nova Southeastern won the D2 National Championship last year as they defeated West Liberty. Of course, West Liberty had Bryce Butler on that squad. Drive and the kick. As Lowry out to Tark, 10 seconds to shoot. Tark working against Berzovic. Step back, long NBA 3 off the iron, no good. Burnham had the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds off of Burnham. Yeah, Burnham not able to corral the rebound. Tough break for Charleston.
Yeah, those are the ones you got to get your hands on. It's like a wide receiver in football. If you get your fingertips on it, you got to come away with it.
Williamson over to Thompson. Scoop layup, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul. And actually, that wasn't Thompson. That was Makai Lowry with the missed layup. But the foul's going to go against Ante Berzovic. They're going to call that on the floor. So that'll be the 4th team foul called against Charleston. It'll be Towson basketball when we come back. 7:59 to play. Tigers with a 3-point lead. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network. Towson. 3 timeouts. Both teams actually with 3 timeouts left. Speaking of 3, Towson with the 3-point lead. Dana, we kind of thought the game would kind of go like this, despite, you know, Charleston being 4-0, winners of their last 9. You knew that you were going to get Towson's best effort here tonight.
Absolutely. They just bring a different style of basketball than anybody else in the CAA. Not to say other teams don't play this way, but their level of physicality and activity is on another level, because that's just the way they play. They know that's the only way they can win games. They're not going to beat you with skill and maybe scheme, but just grit and grind.
So Williamson inbounds it. As the shot clock was reset to 20, now at 12. Jones with 5 seconds to shoot. Ball knocked away, picked up by Butler. Solid defensive by Charleston, and a turnover. Butler tried to thread the needle. Thompson comes up with the steal. Every possession so crucial here down the stretch.
Exactly. You know, Towson doesn't want a high-scoring game. They prefer the game to go at this pace. So right now, it's favoring the Tigers.
Thompson underneath. Shot up with the right hand. He gets it to fall. Charles Thompson. Now 4 points on the night. 5-point lead for the Cougars. Rogers at the rim. No good, but he's fouled. And Kobe definitely has a way of putting the spin on that basketball when he's slashing to the rim. He'll go back to the free throw line, trying to add to his 12 points that he has thus far.
And he just comes off of that screen so fast. He turns the corner so quick, it's hard to pick him up. And when you're a defender and somebody's coming at you that fast, there's only 2 things you can do. Let him have the layup or foul.
So Rogers tonight, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Make that 5 of 7. As May, Tejada, and also Solomon will check back in for the Tigers. Second attempt rattles in. 4-point deficit for Charleston. Under 7 minutes to play. Down to Thompson, 15 seconds to shoot. And threw it away. His teammate Solomon was cutting to the basket. The errant pass goes out of bounds, so Charleston will take over.
It was a good idea about Thompson right there. Just missed Solomon sneaking in on the backside. Again, Charleston has caught a few breaks, a few layups that the Tigers could have converted on, has not. But Charleston, again, they have to turn around and capitalize it on the offensive end.
Well, C.J. Fulton back into the lineup for Charleston, middle of the floor. Also Rain Smith. Rain's three-pointer, air ball. And the rebound grab by Solomon. Towson has done a nice job on Rain Smith. Rain tonight just 1 of 7. Only 3 points for the sharpshooter. Solomon working against Burnham. Will face up. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Thompson steps out above the three-point line. 5 seconds to shoot. Ooh, what a move by Tarkin. The layup is good. Spin move by Nadai Tart. 6-point lead for Towson. Under 6 to play. Burnham twirling, shot it over the rim. Fulton gets the rebound. And yeah, this shot clock went back to 30. It should have gone back to 20. Yeah, the ball didn't hit the rim. They reset it to 30, and it should have been to 20. As Pat Scary was already yelling. And Teddy Valentine's like, hey, I got it. Just relax.
Good gamesmanship by both gentlemen right there. Scary bit, he said, my fault. My fault. I shouldn't have yelled at you.
Yeah, Ted Valentine's not necessarily the one you want to agitate.
No. He could very well possibly be looking for some of that. So if you're scary, you just kind of we'll walk with caution.
Fulton into Berzovic. Looks like Charleston's going to run the offense through him. Berzovic forces it up. Shot no good. The rebound grab by Solomon.
Again, the Tigers willing to play one-on-one down on the block. They're not sending any help down there on the isolations on the block.
You have to think if you're Towson right now, you just want to kind of take the air out of the basketball. Three-pointer from May. Good. 9-point lead for Towson. 68-59, 5:11 to play. Big shot for Christian May. He's got 12 points now. Check that, 15 points for the Tigers. Burnham over to Rain Smith. Pass, and the ball was kicked. As Smith tried to feed Burnham on the block. Scott and Rogers in for the Cougars. Berzovic and Rain Smith will take a seat. Also, Charles Thompson will check out, as well as Solomon for Towson. As you got to think, Pat Scary just trying to get these guys a little extra rest for the final run. And then a foul on Tejadas. They're going to call, he held Frankie Policelli. That's the 9th foul. That's the first foul against Tejada. So break for Charleston. They still have an opportunity to score some points without the clock moving.
And they've been in the penalty for a while. They just haven't done anything with it. You know, when you get in those situations, you want to be the initiator. On offense, you can take it to the defense because they have everything to lose, and you have an opportunity, again, to score with the clock stopped.
Policelli with 7 points tonight, also has 4 rebounds. This will be his first trip to the free throw line as Bryce Butler is going to check in for Ben Burnham. So once again, the officials over at the scores table, not sure what they're checking. Maybe checking to see who the shooter is. And yes, it is indeed Frankie Policelli. So Policelli with hopefully two big free throws coming up here. Policelli, an 82% free throw shooter on the season. The left-hander's first attempt is good. Frankie now 24 for 29 from the charity stripe. Knocks down both. 7-point lead, still a 3-possession game. Charleston's got to start getting some stops.
You just said it, they got to get down, they anchor in, and show some of that veteran experience they have on the floor.
Park goes right once again, throws it up, no good. Rebound grabbed by Towson. Towson averaging 15 offensive rebounds a game, second in the country. Just came up with a huge one there. 5 seconds to shoot. Tark working, step back, three-pointer, good. Big three-pointer by Tark. 10-point lead for Towson. 71-61. Desperate time now for Charleston. They got to essentially score and not allow Towson to score here down the stretch.
And the problem isn't the 10-point deficit with 4 minutes. That's a lot of time. The problem is the Charleston offense starting so far out on the floor, something we've seen all game, and why they only have 61 points. I think you just take them out of rhythm and give credit to Towson. They've been the ones that initiated that physicality on defense to push them away from the basket.
So C.J. Fulton, middle of the floor. Policelli, pull-up jumper, shot it way too strong. Shot it over the rim, and the rebound grab by Towson. Messiah Jones comes down with the rebound. Charleston cannot afford, essentially, Towson to really score at all here. 3:45 on the clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And if you're Charleston, you definitely don't want to foul this late in the shot clock. May, right around the baseline, step back jumper, good.
Big shot right there. Good defense, better offense, beat better defense.
12-point lead for Towson. The 9-game win streak in jeopardy. Policelli for three. No good. Rebound grab by May. It's safe to say that Towson has been the aggressor here tonight, Danny.
For sure. They came out from jump ball. They imposed their will. They had an idea how they wanted this game to go, the rhythm of the game, and they definitely have dominated pretty much from start to finish. Charleston has been in it, but have never been able to take control.
Tark with the left hand, no good. Another offensive rebound. He gets fouled. And when we come back, Tark will be at the free throw line as Kobe Rogers goes crashing to the ground. Looks like he got hit in the face. But when we come back, Tark will be at the free throw line. Towson 2 minutes and 46 seconds away from coming into TD Arena and pulling off the upset. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network.
Here we go.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man.
The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
He's right. Passion is the fuel for success. This guy's for real, in court and on the court. I'm so glad I have this guy on my team.
Let's go get what's on, right? All right, here we go, fellas. Play hard, play smart. Let's go get it. Come on, Benny.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3, family.
Time to build your winning team is right here, right now, in our city.
This is a real team right here.
Our team is ready to welcome your team to Cambria Hotel Mount Pleasant. This property is only minutes from your local sports fields and historic Charleston. We provide oversized guest rooms with hardwood floors and upscale amenities. Enjoy a 24/7 marketplace, fitness center, laundry, and outdoor pool. Host team meetings in our boardroom or gather at our restaurant 17 North. Call 843-849-9677 to book today. Little luxuries, big difference. Cambria Hotel Mount Pleasant.
When people talk about Mercedes, they think about quality. One of the proudest things that I think I've seen is the development and opportunities for people.
To see how far that I can grow within the company.
Something my grandparents never seen before, electric vans, just to be a part of that, that's something I'm proud of.
We are Mercedes-Benz Vans Charleston.
We are Mercedes-Benz Vans Charleston.
I am so proud to say I worked there. I helped build that van.
As you mentioned earlier, Charleston will be at UNCW Saturday. That game be seen on the CBS Sports Network. And Charleston will 2 additional road games after that at Hampton next Thursday night and against Campbell next Saturday before returning home to play UNCW and then back on the road, William and Mary. And right now, the only thing Charleston's worried about is Towson, trying to come into TD Arena and do something that no team has done yet this season. That's get a win here at the 6.
And they've really come with a game plan and stuck to it, knowing they want to play the game, low-scoring game, sort of more of a tractor pull, bully ball, all that. And that's how this game sort of went. It went in that favor. Charleston has not garnered any type of rhythm to really be a part of this game at any point. They made runs, but never took control.
Charleston 0 for their last 6 from the floor. Meanwhile, Towson's hit 5 of their last 7. Rogers down the lane, shot up, it's no good, but he's fouled by Tejada. As a result, Kobe back to the free throw line. He seemed to live there tonight. Rogers, this will be free throw 9 and 10 for him tonight. Kobe with 13 points.
Yeah, he's the one guy that kind of slithered into the teeth of that defense and able to cause problems. The one positive with that, everybody else has had to kind of sort of back down and work their way to the rim.
Williamson will check back in. He'll replace Tejada. Very impressed with Tejada tonight. You can see why he's
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much a shoe-in. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much a shoe-in for the all-rookie team and possibly the Rookie of the Year. Rogers makes both. Lead down to 11 for Towson. 2:39. Cougars will pick up full court. Charleston with the jump. Under 2:30. Towson trying to pick up their third conference victory. We talked about one of those crazy nights in the CAA where at the half, all the road teams were winning. 5 seconds to shoot. Desperation three. It's just been that night. It's Towson's night.
That's probably the dagger right there.
Falling into the Towson bench. Buries the three. 14-point lead as Rogers musters that one into the rim. 77-65. Under 2 to play. Christian May, 20 points tonight as Butler fouls Thompson. May 6 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 from, 5 of 6 from behind the three-point line. May was the team's leading scorer coming in, only averaging 11 points a game.
And it's not even the scoring, it's when he scored. It's like every time Towson needed a bucket, he seemed to be the guy to hit the big shot. And the example of that, like you said, falling away three-pointer, just another example of what he's been doing all night long.
12 seconds as Towson just taking the air out of the basketball. May, another three. This one's no good. Ball tip, ball's loose. Finally picked up by Bryce Butler. 1:20 to play. Rain from the A in Arena. That one rims out, no good. His shooting struggles continue tonight as he'll fire another three. This one falls. Rain hits a three-pointer with 1:12 left to play. That's Rain's second made three tonight. He's now 2 for 8 from behind the arc. 30-second timeout. Actually, it's media. So we'll take our final media timeout. 1:12 left to play. Charleston down by 9. You're watching College of Charleston basketball on the Charleston Sports Network. I've seen crazier things happen, but right now not looking good for Charleston as they trail by 9 with 1:12 left to play. I remember that one game, Danny, when Jason Williams was at Duke. Remember, they were playing Maryland. They were down by, I think, 10 with 58 seconds left and ended up winning the game in overtime.
There's just one problem. Jason Williams is now here tonight.
But we got some shooters out here.
We do.
We got some guys that can knock it
We're
down.
talking about the
get a
second pick in
steal.
the draft. First team All-American.
Thompson, and then he's immediately fouled by Ante Brzovic. That'll be the 17th foul, so that will send Thompson to the free throw line. Now, Thompson's just a 58% free throw shooter on the season. 45 for 78. This will be his first attempt.
And I was going to allude to that. I was saying, coming out of that timeout, they probably have one more run at it, looking for the weak free throw shooter. They got it in his hands. And
unorthodox free throw form there, but at the end of the day,
goes in.
It goes in. Almost kind of like that hitch.
Little hitch, yeah. Well, usually you get a lot of lane violations behind that because everybody starts pouring in. We just saw one.
That's a break for Charleston.
Big break for Charleston.
Solomon commits the foul. That's the 10th foul, so Charleston will be at the free throw line shooting 2 with 1:09 left. Brzovic tonight with 11 points, 7 rebounds. Monte 1 for 1 from the charity stripe. Charleston tonight 13 for 17 from the free throw line. Towson 8 for 11. Towson's been lights out from behind the three-point line, however. Towson 10 for 19 from 3 tonight as Ante misses the free throw. That kind of just sums up Charleston's night tonight. Offensively, defensively.
Yeah, I had a junior high coach. He had a name for these type of games and the feeling, the aura around these games. He used to call it the blue funk. Like, you guys are in the blue funk tonight. You can't do anything right. Like, even when you do things right, the result is wrong. So you're right. It just seemed like one of those games for Charleston tonight. It just hasn't been the clean sort of basketball we've gotten accustomed to seeing over the last 9 games.
Towson came in averaging just 66 points a game as we have a foul in the backcourt. Averaging 66, giving up 65. When you look in CAA play, they lost to Monmouth 51-43. They beat UNCW 67-64. Won in overtime against Stony Brook 73-64. And of course, against Northeastern, they fell 67-59. So Pat Scarry and his ball club tonight clicking on all cylinders offensively. And defensively, I think a lot of it says, we talked about it throughout the broadcast, it's just their ability to push Charleston away from the rim and start their offense near the timeline as Brzovic will launch the 3. That one's off the iron. Thompson grabs a rebound, then a jump ball. No, they're going to call a foul on Kobe Rogers. Comes with 54.7 seconds left.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Whenever you have an offense and you're able to get them to start off of their points, the rhythm of the offense takes a hit. And you could see it sort of with Charleston's offense tonight. It just never able to get into any type of rhythm and flow where they're able to string together consecutive baskets. And that's the type of game Towson wants to play. They want to play choppy basketball, bully basketball, possession by possession, grind it out.
Thompson's free throws, no good. Brzovic with the rebound. Rogers at the rim, fouled again. And for some reason, Towson continues to foul and allow Charleston to score points without the clock moving. The clock showing 48.5 seconds left.
Yeah, a little surprised by that. You would think, you know, the only thing you can't do is get the clock to stop. So even if they have a layup, you'd think they would let it go. But again, I don't think Towson knows how to do that. They don't know how to do that.
Burnham. And nope, just Burnham will check in. He'll replace Rain Smith. Nope, he'll replace Butler. So still a 9-point deficit. Rogers' second attempt is good. Scott will check in for Brzovic. So Towson is definitely going to have to make free throws and protect the basketball themselves, as Williamson will run the baseline. He'll get it into May. May double team over to Williamson. He's immediately fouled by Scott with 45.9 seconds left. Williamson, big night for him tonight. He's got 13 points, 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
And he's really been steady for them at the point guard. He hasn't forced anything, made some big threes when they needed him, played under control, really controlled tempo of this game. He's a big part of the Tigers' success.
Williamson misses the first. It's Frankie Policelli. He's going to check in for Scott.
You know, you almost think if Charleston converts some of these close shots down the stretch of free throws, they'd be in it, because Towson is leaving some points at the free throw line.
And he went 0 for 2. Rogers with the rebound. Rogers at the rim, fouled again. So an opportunity for 2 more points to come and make this a 2-possession game. Still plenty of time left, 39.8 seconds left.
Yeah, I just mentioned it. I mean, it seems like Towson has sort of let up a little bit and not converting from the charity stripe. If you're Charleston and able to get them to miss both and get down and get the clock stopped and score, you can climb back in it. It's not completely out of reach.
Rogers makes the first. That's a new Charleston high for Kobe. That's his 20th point of the night. His career high altogether is 21. And he just tied that. 2-possession game. 79-73. Towson leaving the door open.
And the 6 faithful who are still in the building trying to get behind the Cougars.
Williamson running, gets it in. Fouled by Rain Smith. And that will send Nadai Tark to the free throw line. Tark with 17 points tonight, just 1 of 2 from the free throw line, however. Tark, a 72% free throw shooter, 21 for 29 coming into the contest, as the officials once again will head to the scorer's table. Exactly 38 seconds left. Tell you what, Danny, really if he hits 1, that makes it a 3-possession game, but boy, if he misses both of these.
Yeah, you got a chance.
You talk about that would make it very interesting.
And that's what you like about Charleston's makeup. They don't know how to fold up and give up. They're going to play to the end, to the whistle. And it's reflective, because even if you lose the game, let's say you do, the way you finish has a lot to say about what kind of team you are and what you're going to do in the next game.
Left-hander's first attempt is good. That's a huge free throw. So it makes it a 3-possession game. Pat Scarry looking for some assistance from his assistant coaches. Tark misses. Ball goes out of bounds. Off of Towson. So 7-point deficit.
And I think they're calling a timeout to try to trigger. No, they're not going to do it. I thought they were going to try to trigger a review to see if it wasn't off Rain Smith.
I think they are. Ted Valentine's going to go and check.
I saw the bench for Towson turn to Scary and say, call timeout. Let's try to get them to go to the review.
Towson now will have 2 timeouts left. Charleston will also have 2. But I tell you what, if Charleston can somehow drop a play here and get a 3 to fall, that would make it a 4-point game, which puts the kind of the pressure on Towson, because they'd have to hit both free throws. Take a look here.
The replay.
The miss. Yeah, I can't tell if it went off of.
Hard to tell.
Oh, looks like he swats it out of Smith's hand, though, right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
And the call
not
on the
enough evidence
floor.
to overturn.
Right. Let's see here. It looks
Ooh, I don't know. At that angle, does he push it out? I don't know. From that angle, it looks a little different. Let's see what they say. Initially, on the first replay angle, it looked like, it was off target, but from that nice angle that we get from the back, looked a little different there.
It has to be undisputable evidence.
It does.
That's the one thing, because at least it's called
That's
Charleston's
right.
basketball.
That's right. But boy, that side angle makes you think that his range of motion pushed that ball out of bounds.
Clyde the Cougar asking if anyone needs any assistance.
And I'm glad they're taking their time on this because this is a big call.
It
This
is
a huge call.
I mean, you look at Charleston right now on the floor, they'll have Fulton, Smith, Rogers, Bolicelli, and Burnham, all three-point shooters. So Rain has it there, swats it out of his hands. Is his hand still on it, is the question. And they're going to say Charleston basketball.
Okay. They went with the old E on that one.
Well, as they would do in the
right?
NFL. After further review, what's the difference if you say the call stands? That means they're not going to overturn it.
Right.
If it says the call is confirmed, that means. So a little full court pressure being applied by Towson, then they'll back away. Rogers over to Rain. He'll launch a three off the back iron, no good, and then a foul called against Towson.
Wow.
Burnham was going up for the rebound. I'm assuming they grabbed the hand. Let's see who the foul's going to go against.
Okay, it's not over
Oh, right
yet.
there. The foul's going to go on Solomon as the push Bolicelli. So Bolicelli will be at the free throw line to shoot 2. 27 seconds left. Left-hander's first attempt rattles in. Bolicelli now in double figures. He's got 10 points tonight. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Also has 5 rebounds. Frankie trying to make this a 5-point game, and he does. Charleston refuses to die. 27 seconds left. Mark runs the baseline, looking, gets into Williamson. Williamson trap, cross-court pass over to Thompson, and they immediately foul Thompson, and that's who you want to put on the free throw line with 23.4 seconds left.
Exactly. If you're Charleston, that's exactly what you wanted. Not much time to run off the clock. The free throw shooter you want at the line. Again, the door is still open. It isn't quite all the way closed just yet.
If there's anybody you want on the free throw line, if you're Charleston, it's Charles Thompson. Thompson tonight, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. First attempt, perfect. And that's what senior leadership looks like as he steps up to the, actually not even seniors, a graduate, 6'7". And this is a big free throw here because this would make it 3 possessions.
Which would probably essentially put it out of reach. Yeah.
Perfect. Big free throws for Charles Thompson. 82-75. Rogers in the front court. Ball nearly stolen. It is stolen. An errant pass, lazy pass, and that sums up the night. Any opportunity, actually, they're going to call a jump ball. So jump ball possession arrow favors Charleston. So the Cougars will have it with 15 seconds left. And you have to give credit to Towson when they had to make plays, had to come up with stops, had to step up and make free throws. Seems like Towson did it every single time. tonight.
Yeah, and conversely, Charleston just couldn't get out of their own way. You know, turnover, uncharacteristic turnovers, just out of rhythm. Just something we haven't seen from them in a while.
Lucelli with a deep desperation three off the back iron, no good. Ball grabbed by Burnham, nope, by May. And May calls a timeout with 7.1 seconds left before falling out of bounds. 30-second timeout. So the Cougars' 9-game win streak will come to an end. Charleston will fall to 5-1 in conference play, 13-5 overall. Towson with a huge win. They're now 3-2 in conference play, 9-9 overall.
Yeah, and this is a big win. You know, in the CAA, it's very difficult to get a win on the road. For Towson to come in against a hot Charleston team that's won 9 games in a row, it says a lot about what they have going on over there, Scary and company. Just exactly what they're building with this team.
Be interesting to see the rest of the scores from around the CAA. Just one of those nights.
Yeah, all the road team wins. I mean, it was shaping up that way at halftime. We'll find out how it's all shaking out around the league.
Let's see if Charleston will elect to foul or play it out. They mount right in front of that Charleston bench. They get into Williamson. Rain Smith fouls with 5.4 seconds left.
A little surprised by that. I thought they might throw out a quick trap, hoping for a turnover, and then somewhat concede. But Charleston again electing to extend the game.
So I just pulled up the CAA scoreboard. Finals. Campbell goes on the road. They defeat William and Mary 77-64. It was Hofstra coming back, defeating Hampton 86-77. North Carolina A&T, they defeat Northeastern 72-65. Delaware holds off Stony Brook 71-68. Drexel with a 3-point lead at home against Monmouth with 47 seconds left. And Wilmington defeats Elon tonight 82-70. Free throw no good. Kobe Rogers in the front court. He'll launch a three at the buzzer, and it's good. It'll count, but won't be enough as the win streak comes to an end. Towson comes on the road and gets a 4-point victory. 82-78. Big win for Towson. The Cougars just tonight was not their night. The Tigers just too much back and forth all night long, but in the end, the Tigers just too much. Danny, your final thoughts?
Just Towson came in and played their game. It had the feeling of it from the beginning, and they were able to maintain it for 40 minutes. What we've seen from this Charleston team, they've been able to get out of these situations typically. Again, Towson just